Hi, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. Today is December the 9th, 2012. It's a Sunday, although you might actually be seeing this on Monday or Tuesday, depending on whether or not our internet cooperates. It's been kind of going in and out. This is episode 28. My name is Talia. I am also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Plurk and on Ravelry.
Oh, I'm Marlucia, and I am also known as Lady Furnico on Plurk and on Ravelry, and a Shadowlight or Shadowlight 1 on Writer's Voice and a few other writer sites.
You're not working on Nicole. You usually work on Nicole when you podcast. What's wrong?
Change it out a little bit. Keep people on their toes.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll work on Nicole a little bit.
What's been going on this week? Work and more work. Ooh, the nursing student I had who's graduating this month, she put my name into a raffle. They had a raffle for their graduation to raise money for it. But she didn't tell me she put my name into the raffle for me. And I won something.
I
never win anything.
She says.
Ever.
As she pulls this big basket out.
Oh my gosh, it's a long burger basket. This thing is amazing.
It looks like a drum.
Yeah, the top is here.
Not like a Lazy Susan. That's what it is.
The
Lazy Susan.
Oh, is that what it is? And then inside, now some of the stuff is missing because I ate it already. The Skittles are gone, as are the Twizzlers. I love these things.
Those are awesome.
Love them. Do you want some dark chocolate?
Well, let's finish that. Remember, we've got to get a move on.
Okay.
We have to kind of hurry a little. We're getting a later start, and I haven't had a chance to really spend time with my husband.
But the first thing that my nursing student said is, "Oh, this is perfect. My preceptor knits." and
it's lined.
It's
so
lined.
It won't get caught on the basket weave.
So I can just put like my yarn balls in here, or all my sock yarn, or something like that.
It's awesome. It's
so
very
it's
nice.
Amazing.
I'm jealous. That's very cool.
Oh, it's heavy. So I think that's the most exciting thing in other stuff about me. Yeah, because everything else has been work, and more work. Normal, every day. That's the exciting thing. Anything exciting or random you want to bring up? I know you're in a rush, but...
Not really, not particularly. No, I can't think of anything offhand because I wasn't expecting to do that right now. So, I mean, something did happen, but I can't tell you about it yet. See, I've cut it out. What's the matter with you? Something wrong with you? Yeah. Steve actually belongs to me. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, you see, I only put people who wants to lose his friend. Look at all that.
All right, you need to go back because we have to do our podcast. We cannot play. So sit there. All right.
He does not, in fact, play. Anyway.
That would be
a Kobe.
That's it.
We will, I guess, get into
the knitting
and crocheting. Oh, no, I'll do that at the end. But if this is the first time you have seen this podcast, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. Now we'll get into what actually brought you to this podcast in the first place, which is the knitting and the crocheting. I've actually gotten quite a bit worked on this week. And it's only been a week. It's not like it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's just, it
was just a really productive week. The first project I worked on is, actually, I just started working on it again last night after a long hiatus. I have been trying to keep up with my knitting podcast, but when I'm watching podcasts, sometimes my attention is a little divided. I can knit simpler things, or if I'm just listening to it, I could do a little more complicated. I started listening to audiobooks, And all of a sudden I could do lace and cabling and a little more complicated things because I'm just listening. So I've been able to get a little more done because I'm not as distracted.
She's blaming you, is what she's saying.
Exactly.
For when she doesn't get things done, it's all your fault, is what she's saying. I
All of
smack
it.
her with a wet noodle for you.
All of it. So, the legless project is in my knitting sheep bag. Oh, that reminds me, this is the bag section that we requested.
Yes.
So
you need to move along.
I'm trying. It's by Lois.
Yay.
From Into My Bag. It's not a podcast, it's a business. Anyway, this is the legless project. This is Vivian. The pattern is Vivian by Yosalda Teague. Making for me, it's size 36. Using US 9 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars with a 32-inch cable. I'm using Stonehenge Fiber Mills Shepherd's Wool in the Blue Spruce colorway. And I'm in the middle of a row, but
she pulled another Lindsay.
It's hard not to with the cabling.
She's infamous. You see the cable? Yeah, you can barely see it.
Well, that's because I'm in the seat stitch section. Let me turn it, then you can see the cable.
Oh, there you go. That's really pretty.
By the way, I'm getting white lights for my room, so you'll be able to get a better idea of the color of my projects. But you can kind of see the cabling there.
Not my projects, it's hers.
I'm hoping next week to have the white lights, so hopefully we'll see a lot of improvement. Even so, I did change out my light bulbs for something slightly better, and I think the color's coming up maybe a little better.
Okay, it looks more forest green than blue green now, but that's good.
Yeah.
This doesn't look black anymore.
Yeah. So there's that. I think I did about 3 rows on that. And 3 rows for this project is quite a lot because there's at least three different cables per row. So it's 3 different cable charts, is what I might say. 3 different charts per row. So it takes some concentration, which is why I haven't been able to work on it until I started doing the audiobooks. Let me drop that down there. The next project I've worked on, I've been just pulling out projects I haven't worked on for a while. It lives in another Knitting My Bag. It's my small nurse's bag.
That's one of your first Lowe's bags.
Yep. And this is Jewel Magic. That is the Damask pattern by Kitman Figueroa, whatever.
Figueroa, I think.
Figueroa. I'm doing the large size using US 10, US 6 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars. I think I used a 10 to cast on. That was forever ago. 40-inch cable. I'm using Laying Yarns Jowl Magic de Grade, number 60.
It's such an unimaginative color name.
I know. I thought originally the colorway was reds but when I looked at their website, I realized that was just a description.
Reds and yellows and greens. And
yes, so I guess 60 is their very creative title. So let me pull it out. I think I'm actually
darker than I thought it was going to be. That's pretty.
I'm going to flip it a little bit because I'm in the middle of the row here too. But I want them to be able to see.
Very southwestern in some ways. Pretty.
Let me see what I can do to. So what I am at now, I know you can hardly see, but hold on, let me put this down here. Last time, many eons ago, I was like along here. Let's see, I was right above the green. I've done the transition part where you see the little open work up here that my thumb's sticking out of. I did that, so that's brand new. I'm starting to get into the main part of the shawl. I've just finished this shoulder part or whatever.
So it's worked down to the point from the wide section?
No, it's worked down from the wide section down to the point.
Top down.
Top down. So, I mean, I'm hoping. You can't tell the gorgeous colors in this lighting.
It's really, really pretty. Got a lot of the greens in it. There's a subtle yellow that's not coming up very well at all.
No, it's not. I'm hoping the white light will fix that. But, yeah, I got some work done on that. Probably, again, about 2 or 3 rows one night. while listening to audiobooks. So there's that project. Let's get back in here. Then the next project I worked on is the Heavenly Sapphire, which is the twin set sweater and cardigan by Claire Montgomery. Making for Mom, and I am using, it was from the book Knitting Vintage, which I don't feel like pulling out because I've showed it a couple times already. And I'm using Knit Picks, Andean Treasure in the Sapphire Heather colorway, and I actually can't remember what needle size I'm using. I think I'm using, is it 4s? I think it's 5s. I'm not sure if it's 4s or 5s, I can't remember. And usually I write that down, but I didn't.
Knit Picks doesn't mark them.
No, it doesn't. Oops, this belongs in my, which bag does this belong to?
I think it was in your
I think it was
black bag.
I think you're right. A Notions bag, Green Lantern Corps.
Hal Jordan.
Yes. There we go. Anyway, so Knit Picks, Andean Treasure in the Sapphire Heather colorway, and I am almost at the end of the row, so I'm just going to finish these next few stitches. But this is a nice simple knit. I have made some progress. Of course, the purling of these last few stitches is going to take forever because I want to be done with it. I might just show it the way it is.
Pretty.
And
Very nice.
The blue doesn't show up well enough.
Yeah, still looks almost black. The color is so pretty.
But, I mean, it's grown a little bit. It doesn't grow very tall from week to week just because I do have such a small pair of needles. Then the next project, I don't know how much work I got done on it since last time. I got a little bit on. I think I got a row or two of Besk. And that's Patty the Pillow Pony by Allison Cleaver. Make it for me using US 8 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars. There's a US 8, I think I did. Using Yarby and its alpaca yarn, which is 85% acrylic and 15% alpaca in the Arabesque colorway. It'll be approximately 13 inches high and 14 inches long when it's done. I think it'll actually be bigger than that, though, because I'm using a larger hook size than the pattern suggested. A larger needle size, I mean. So 4 of these legs are done. I'm sure that everyone is used to seeing these at this point. I'm not going to pull out all 4.
Even people who haven't seen it are tired of seeing the legs. This is a family program. Keep it clean.
Anyway, I don't have yellow yarn in here.
Wow. Maybe if when we were doing the other project.
Probably. There we go. So, I mean, I think I got a couple of rows done. This is the body. It originally calls to do it with Judy's Magic Cast on, and then you'd be magic looping. That is a serious pain in the neck. I've tried that. So I stole it from someone else's idea on their project page where they worked it like open, normal, and then they closed it off afterwards, which I like. So here it is so far. I feel like I'm working a sweater, and it looks very pretty. The cables, I like.
Can't see the cables very well.
Yeah, you can.
Can you see on the screen?
Yeah, look at the screen.
That's good.
The color variations that you can't see very well. It's got gorgeous color variation.
Beautiful.
So that toy is fairly
not variegation, variation.
Has been touched a little bit.
Stop that.
It's been touched a little bit.
Quit it.
It's been touched a little bit, but not as much as last week, I don't think. I was trying to give almost everything a little bit of love. Although my gloves didn't get any because I didn't feel like working on them.
They're pouting.
actually, you know what got a lot, actually more love than I expected, is my Ladybird blanket.
Yeah, she fell asleep in bed with it twined all over the place. I think she didn't choke herself or puncture herself or something. I came in here, took it all off, and she didn't even stir. She just
I was tired.
I should have took a picture.
You should have.
Posted it all over the internet.
You should have.
Next time I will.
You should.
I will.
Good.
I think I will. I will.
No, I do think you will. I think it's awesome. Like my coworkers don't already think I'm terribly obsessed. So this is my another Lois knitting into my bag. This is my British one, and this is my Ladybird blanket. It's about 18 inches. An 18-inch square, 18 by 18. It needs to be 30 by 30. So
It's getting there.
It's getting there slowly but surely. It's all single crochet, so let's see wherever. It's reminding me, that I despise making blankets, but I can get through it. And I will never make another one again. Even if another friend has a baby, they will just get toys.
Because you don't love her enough.
No. I barely love Mel and Josh enough to finish this. If it wasn't for the fact that it was a set with the Ladybird toy, I probably wouldn't finish it. But this is the Hoodie Bird Blanket by Stacy Trock. I don't know why I have them making it for me. I'm not. I'm making it for Mel and Josh's baby, which is due in May. I'm using USH hook. It's a good old-fashioned boy. And I'm using Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. In the colorway Orchid, and I'll be using yellow, black, and white later for little bird features. Let me put this back where it belongs.
Daddy must be getting ice cream.
Well, he can't wait too much longer.
No, he really can't.
Let me just stuff this in here. And I also started up a new project, which I know I said I wouldn't do, except I said I would do this. I said that I could have socks for work, so that doesn't count, because I need to have a purse project. Mom, could you reach in there and grab my purse?
You want to give me a hernia?
It's not that heavy. I left my socks in there.
She's trying to, witnesses, she's trying to give me a hernia. This purse is bigger than the Titanic.
Thank you.
It's even bigger than my purse, and that's
Well, I have to have room for my knitting. I have to be able to have 2 projects if necessary. Okay. Witness the Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman bag by Tangerine 8 Designs. Actually, I think it's just Tangerine Designs.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it holds my Christine socks. Before the project was just called Christine, so it's okay to call these Christine socks. This is the Simple Skip Sock pattern by Adrienne Koo. I'm making it for me using US2 DPNs. And I had already made this yarn, started to make socks with this yarn before, but I didn't like doing 2 at a time, so I tore it out. And I was just waiting to find another project to start it with, and I did. This is Wild Hair Fiber Studio in the blue-pink colorway.
That's real pretty. I like that.
So, there we go. I had coworkers offer to measure their feet so I could make it for them. Because
there's nothing better to do.
Of course, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make all this stuff for all my coworkers. I think the only person I've ever made anything for at work, it was a small project, and it was a person who never asked.
Okay, so
yeah. So this is going to be put into, well, there's a cowl going on with Knitting Den and Sock Bunny Knit and Fits. They're doing a variegated sock cowl, and it's running through December and January, so it's a 2-month cowl, which hopes will give me plenty of time to finish this pair of socks.
Stop adding projects.
So I finished the cuff, and I'm going on to the leg.
How long is the leg on that?
It's several repeats. It's like 25 repeats or something like that. No, it's about as long as. It's a good size. It's long enough to show under my scrubs when I sit down and not show a whole lot of leg, which is what I really want. And I work on DPNs. That is my preferred method for working socks. And there we go. That's all of my whips.
Okay,
I worked on this week.
Don't really have a lot of whips. I don't think. I show notes here. Whoops. I guess I'll start with what I'm working on right now. Well, I keep knocking it over. That doesn't help. These are the dishcloths, and I keep forgetting to find out who did them. I think I have the pattern in my bag here. My Bright Craft M&M's bag. My patriotic M&M's. It is called. No, that's not it. This is it. Okay, it is called the. Sorry for the crinkling.
No, she's not. She's doing it on purpose.
Sandy Shore washcloth set. And
Lion Brand
puts it out. It's a free pattern. It's a set of 4. And I am working on the 4th one of the set. I will show you the other 3 when I get to the FOs. This one is just basically a double crochet. It's very open. It is very open. It's a little bit, it pulls a little bit. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I always have a little bit of problem with the edges with the open ones. The other 2 that I did, 2 out of 4 of them were not open. I had a lot easier time keeping the edges straight for some reason. I don't know if they pull more when they're open or what, but I think I'll finish this one, and then I will probably just stick to the 2 that are closed because they turn out really nice. They keep their shape, and they're not kind of wonky on the sides.
Well, also, they're more efficient.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I think these are probably just as efficient, but
I don't get the point of
having a hole in the dishcloth. So this is one of the projects I am working on. And
You're kind of out of screen here.
Okay. The other work in progress I have is my. Oh, I do have more than I thought. I forgot about all that. Okay. Let me put this away so I can get the others. I did a little bit of work. I did a little work on Praline, my little stuffed animal that I'm not sure what it will be. It was meant to be a bear, but it's probably not going to be a bear because it doesn't look like a bear. That one I do not have with me. I'm not going to show it to you. I did do a little work on my Pretty in Pink that I'm making for Davina. This one is knitted, and I forgot what size the needles are.
I thought you changed the name to Sherbert.
I think I did change it to Sorbet is what I think I changed it to. And I only did a couple of rows.
You have it facing the wrong way.
I'm still sleeping. I'm all tangled up here. The cord and everything. You can see some of the lace work here on the top. So I am learning how to purl and do some open work. I'm enjoying this a lot. I just decided to pick it up. I think it was a few days ago because I hadn't done it in a while, and I kind of like to finish it before Christmas. I don't know if that'll happen. I guess this is my marker. That's where if you can see the marker against right there. That's what I started from. So I didn't do a whole lot of work, but I did do a little.
I keep forgetting to do the markers.
So that's this one in my Erin Lane bag. Excuse me. Next project. This is a fun. Excuse me, I'm out of the screen. This is a fun project because I didn't intend to start it. Lauren, I love you. I was going to be at loose ends for a toy project. I didn't want to really start another big one because of the mystery cal I've been doing with Stacy Chalk, and it took up a lot of my fiber film. So last Tuesday, Lauren surprised me with a really nice wrap of her Mike the Tiger pattern, and I'll show that to you in my stash enhancements. But I started on that. Toys don't count. Socks don't count for her. Toys don't count for me. So this, I'm trying to find the other piece. I finished the muzzle except for the embroidery, and I can't find it right now. It's stuck in one of my pockets.
If I'm leaning forward staring at the screen, it's because part of my show notes did not print out. You can keep talking, Mom.
Okay.
They can still see you.
I can't see what I'm doing, so if I'm off the screen, I apologize. This is the muzzle. It needs to have the nose and the mouth embroidered.
Hang on, keep it up there. Yeah.
Okay. So that's about the size of the muzzle. And then I'm working on the head right now. I'll put this back in my pocket here. And this is in my my bag, owl bag, which I really love. It's so cute. That's where I put my animal toys. You can see that I've started the stripes on the top of the head. And I'm really enjoying this. It's a lot of fun. It's not overly complicated. Lauren writes a really clear pattern, so I'm not having any difficulty following it at this point, and I know where to find her if I do. She's very accessible. I am using a G hook, 4mm, for this little guy, and I'm using Knit Picks Bravo worsted yarn in orange, cream, and black. Because I asked my husband, do you want me to make it more whimsical, have a little blue in there, blue stripe? He's like, nah, make it look like a real tiger. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not, if it's going to be anything of his. It's mine, but if he wants it, it's named after him. His name is Mike, so I think that was pretty cool.
He won't claim it's his, though.
No, he won't claim it. It'll sit in my room, but it'll be his. So I have that. And the last thing I've worked on is my Nicole. I did a few rows on it. Not a whole lot, but some. So I got a little knitting and a little crocheting done. Let me see if I can. I'm not actually in between stitches this time, so I can show you. I'll actually show you the right. No, I have to show you the wrong side. Let me show you the right side. There. And I don't have this one. I did not mark, so I don't know how much I got done. I think I got maybe 3 or 4 rows done on this. So it is growing slowly but surely. Hopefully I'll be able to change colors relatively quickly, relatively soon. I have, no, I don't know. I have this much more yarn. It depends on how monogamous I am with it and how much time I put into it. But basically, that's what I've been doing. Sorry if my head's sticking in there. That's about all I've been doing this week.
Which brings us on actually to a section that's only going to be in this particular episode. One of our new members is talking about making bags, and she wanted to know what we liked in bags. And I'll open a thread in the group so people can say what various things that they like about different bags to help give her an idea. I don't know if she's planning to start an Etsy store,
or she's just wanting ideas for future reference,
or what it is.
But she asked us to talk a little bit about what it is that we like in a knitting and crochet project bag.
So what I like, and I'm going to pull up a couple bags, for example. Oh, I don't have the Batman bag with me to show.
I don't have my Tangerine 8 either.
So, what I like in a bag is, okay, in a medium-ish to largish bag, I like interfacing, at least on the bottom. I don't need, like, interfacing all the way up. Actually, I prefer not to have too much interfacing all the way up. I like just enough interfacing to help it stand up straight. Maybe a little bit to keep it standing. So my project doesn't flop all over the place in a larger bag. What I prefer...
Like the lock cord.
I like yeah, the locking cord even in a larger bag, because then I'm sure it'll stay shut no matter how much I throw it. I like to have pockets within at least a couple.
At least a couple of pockets, not at least a couple bags.
Yeah, at least a couple of pockets in a bag. I like to have now my not pot balloon, my Slipstitch Studio either. Well, no, it doesn't have Batman bag.
Oh, that wasn't Bright Crafter. That was no, is that Scientific?
No, she did.
Did she do any of mine?
I think she did. I want to say you got an owl one from her.
No, the owl one I got from Lowe's.
Anyway, I can't remember the name of the person who made the bag. I don't know if
Cloverbird.
Yes, Cloverbird.
My teapot
She
one.
has a nice. Well, it's kind of like this. I like to have, as well as the latching string, I like to have some sort of handle to hang it on my arm while I'm knitting. Or at work, I hang it on my work phone. I clip to my belt, or to my pocket rather, so I can knit while I'm while I'm on break or while I'm looking at telly. For smaller bags, I like smushable bags so they can fit in my purse. Still with the pockets in there and the pull string and the little.
Washable fabric is really important too, I think.
Yeah.
Because I like to be able to just throw it in the laundry if I can. Especially the ones that go in my purse. I have pens that tend to leak. And I don't want to get. I mean, ink is hard to get out anyway, but just the normal wear and tear in a purse.
Now I know some people really like this little feature. You have a little opening keyring kind of thing that you can hook to your belt. I haven't found that particularly useful. I actually prefer having some sort of handle that I can hook on.
You also don't wear belt loops. Having said that might be very helpful for belt loops.
It might be, yeah.
So tell us if you like those. I think it's a good idea to give you an option.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I think that's everything that I find useful. I like larger bags, sweater-sized bags as well. I like a good range of bags.
Yeah, I like a good range of bags as well, because my projects range from small toys and hopefully socks to blankets and afghans. And I find there's a real shortage of nice bags that will fit an afghan project. I do realize that a large blanket is not going to fit in many bags. I would like to have at least one, large bag with pockets, possibly with a division for the yarn and the project, like a not a pocket necessarily, but just a division, a cloth division of some kind, which is not completely necessary, just something nice. I do like having pockets in my bags. I like the soft ones not to have the interfacing, because for the same reason Talia mentioned, I like to be able to put them into my purse or stuff in a coat pocket if it's a big enough coat, something like that. I like the yarn guides, particularly if I'm using more than one yarn at a time.
You see, I don't like the yarn guides. I like to be able to have the freedom to not.
I like them if I'm keeping in the same bag. Mm-hmm. I also wouldn't mind just caking it up together like you did for your cardigan. Tanya took a lot of the stuff that I was going to say about the bags. I like the cute fabrics, but that's not a necessity in terms of functionality. I like some kind of a pouch or something to hold notions, whether it's a zipper pocket on the inside.
I prefer not zipper, because zipper catches on yarn.
Yeah, or zipper pocket on the inside. It doesn't have to be a zipper, and
I would prefer it not be a zipper.
I would prefer it be something that a flap or something, but or a pouch that even if you pay a little extra that comes with the bag. I would love to have a notions bag with it that you can you pay a little extra. I don't mind that, because otherwise I lose my notions in my pockets. I like a sturdy handle and I like a sturdy cord. I don't care much for the ribbon cords because I find that they're easy to damage. But I like the lock, like what do you call it, the cord lock. Mm-hmm. And I like the drawstring bags more than I do the flat bags. I have to admit, I have not tried either.
Well, I don't like zippers on my bag.
I don't like zippers on my bag, so I have not tried the box bags or the I think they're triangle bags.
Pyramid bags.
Pyramid bags. I prefer the drawstring bags. They're a lot easier for me to work with.
So that's the little bag section. I feel like it's gone on quite long enough with that. Excuse me while I open up my show notes on my computer because not all my show notes are printed. We're going to do FOs last, so I'm going to jump on to Next on the Needles. So yes, obviously there are FOs if we're doing them last because we're making a point of moving them. Next on the Needles, there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pattern that I want to do by Chewa Love. A Lovebird pattern I want to do by the same person. She also does a Chickadee and a Cardinal pattern. 2 different patterns that I want to do. And then I want to do the Southerton at some point by Kathleen Dames. But I have to finish my Vivian first.
Okay, now Talia, don't take those off yet. A lot of those patterns that she's mentioned, I'm also going to be doing the Turtles, the Lovebird, the Chickadee, and the Cardinal, not the Southerton. The Chickadee will probably wait for me. I would rather do probably the Blue Jay. But I will also be, I have to find it here because I did not put it in order. I'd like to work on my Blue Haven sweater, but I don't see that happening until after the first of the year. I'd like to do a little more of my Pretty in Pink. More toys, including another Melvin, if I have the time.
Your show notes are impinging on my show notes.
I do not care. I do not, in fact, care. Do not care, in fact? No. Icovy is getting mangled. I'd like to do the Send the Shawl first, but I don't know that that will happen in the near future. I have 3 or 4 of Carrie shawls that were gifted to me or I picked up that I may like to try one of hers first, depending on the difficulty level of it. And I also have the pattern companion, if you will, the one that came with my shawl that I just finished. I want to put that on the needles as well because I think that's what I'm going to use my lace yarn with. It calls for lace yarn, and I've been waiting for it. I love the color. I like the way she writes the pattern. I figure I might as well take the plunge with that pattern.
The statement which you express is not cared about by those who do not do the caring.
Amanda, I need to talk to you about something that deals with that which Talia just has spoken about.
No, you mangled it.
I know, so did you. Anyway.
I did better.
That is a matter of opinion, in fact. Anyway, I was not concentrating. She interrupted me, and she blew my train of thought. I'd like to do a pair of socks, and I have to lower my voice because I'd like to do... My husband never asks for anything. He wants a tie. So I spent a lot of time yesterday looking for ties on Ravelry, both knitted and crocheted. I found a couple that I think I can do for him. I'd like to maybe try to finish it for Christmas. So some of my things might go by the wayside until I finish. My hair is a mess. Finish
your hair. And you know you interrupted yourself for saying something to Amanda. Yes? I don't know why you keep stopping when you're talking. I mean, it really is kind of obnoxious when you're trying to express something, but you stop talking.
Stop.
And you really should continue sentences when you start talking.
This is a rude child. I'm going to send her to, I think I'll send her to Middle Little.
Send to the place to which you are thinking of in the place of which you speak? No, it doesn't work.
No. Anyway, turtle reference. Anyway,
I will master the crayon.
You messed me up. Oh, he wants a tie, so I went and I looked for ties, and I hope to get that done by Christmas, but we'll see.
Okay, so presuming you don't have anything else to say to Amanda because you did start speaking now.
I told her I would talk to her later.
Oh, okay. Obsessions. The toy along is still going on.
Did we do stash enhancements?
I don't have any stash enhancements.
I do. I have lots of stash enhancements.
Okay, go ahead, do your stash enhancements.
Let me do a Lindsay here. Oh, Lindsay. Okay, my stash enhancements. I have, it's not the bag, it's my bag, what I call my Monet bag, but I don't think it is Monet. It's not. First of all, This is from Never Enough Time. I ordered it on the off chance they might be able to do socks for the Sock Bunny Knits, I think it is. Sock Bunny Knits. Sock Bunny Knit and Fit.
With the,
and the Knitting Den. And this is in the Blueberry Smoothie colorway. And I think that's variegated because I assumed that she was doing the yarn for it, so variegated. It looks variegated. All the different purples and whites and pinks and stuff. It's 100 grams, 463 yards, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon.
She has a very bad habit of picking up sock yarn and then just letting it sit there and going, oh, pretty. She hasn't made any socks, and then she'll say, oh, this yarn is too pretty to be socks, and it'll just sit there where she can stare at it lovingly in her stash. So that's really what she got it for?
No.
To stare at it lovingly in her stash.
It did not, in fact.
Because we all know that until she gets over the, oh, that yarn's too pretty to become socks, that she'll never make the socks.
I will, in fact, make socks.
Will you make it with the pretty yarn that you got?
I didn't say that I would make it. This came from Knit Picks. This is worsted weight.
This I actually see her use.
I love this.
It's very pretty.
It is, oh, it's soft, too.
And I'm not saying Mom can't make socks. I just am saying that she has this mental block with pretty yarn and socks.
This is the Preciosa? Preciosa. No, I think it's like a precious, but precious.
But if it's Italian, it'd be Preciosa, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it's Italian, though. Anyway, whatever color it is, it's Gecko colorway.
I thought it said Geico at first.
And it's Knit Picks. And I don't know if you can see how pretty the greens are.
No, they can't.
It's very, very pretty. I was thinking I wanted to make... It's
a lot brighter than...
I blame this one on Caffeinated Gert. Because she mentioned house socks and doing a worsted weight sock. And I need new slippers. And this purchase, which I'm not intending on doing, I blame on her. She can take the hit.
This purchase which you made that you do not intend to
that I did not intend to make.
That
I made.
That was no.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. These are my last stash enhancements.
By the one who made the purchase that was made? I don't know.
I was wrapped last Tuesday by two people.
Well, that's not stash enhancement. That's thank yous.
This is stash enhancement.
That's thank yous. Stash enhancement is what you do.
Did they come into my stash?
They did not. That's not stash. Stash is yarn.
Stash is also pattern.
This is not stash enhancement. This is
I will only give in the interest of time because I like to spend time with my husband. This is a physical object. It is therefore stash enhancement.
No, it's thank yous. Anyway, the obsession. Are you two? What do we tell our 4-year-olds about hitting?
No, that's not what we told our 4-year-olds about hitting. She just made me laugh. I just see one of our little boys. He's so cute. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, yes, I can see him too. Yes. So, obsessions. Wait, it was in my way.
In fact.
So, the toy long, which I was trying to talk about before I was so rudely interrupted.
You made a mistake. You were in fact in error.
Toy long is still going on. If a project is finished between September 1st to December 24th, please put it in. It can be knit or crocheted, but they can't have been started before August. You can put as many entries as you want, one picture per entry. There's a chatter thread and a pictures only thread, and I just threw my physical show notes on the floor.
She's throwing a temper tantrum.
Winners will be drawn for the pictures only thread, and I think we have like 24, 25, 26 people. This is an excuse to share and obtain new toy patterns. Our prize, well, we're going to do 2 toy patterns of your choice and only 1 winner. We changed it because we have so many awesome toys in there. It just seemed a shame for only 2 people to win. So it's going to end up being 4 winners, and each will get 1 pattern.
Yeah, up to a $10 limit.
Up to a $10 limit. So.
Did we say it was a toy pattern or any pattern?
Toy pattern.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So, sorry you'll get 1 less pattern, but that means more people can win.
Yeah. And nobody answered our query. So.
No, so we are doing...
So we made a command decision.
Yes. This is a dictatorship.
Benevolent dictatorship.
So yes, now there will be 4 winners, which is many much happiness because we want to increase the chance of multiple people winning.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. We can't afford to give everybody.
No, not 20.
Well, some of them are multiple people. I mean, I think Sun Country has like half projects.
Yeah. Well, I think we have a couple people who have at least 5 projects in.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool.
Which is awesome. Yeah, please keep putting them in. That'll increase your chance of winning. That's completely fair. Other sessions, I've been going through the Yarn Harlot books. Like none other. I read a little bit before I go to bed because that's when I get my reading in. When I'm not listening to audiobooks. And audiobooks are my other obsession. They make it so I can work on projects and listen and still get a chance to read in quotes. I just finished re-experiencing 8 Cousins and Rose and Bloom, which are both by Louisa May Alcott, and I am now listening to Ellen Montgomery's Anne of Green Gables,
which is amazing.
So I'm getting all my girly reading in. Other obsession is currently the Chiwa Love patterns. I think you'll be seeing several of those pop up throughout the next coming weeks. Stop that. No artwork, no drawing for me, so that leaves sessions and artwork and drawing for you.
Okay. Obsessions, as you can tell, yarn and patterns. I have actually made a public promise on Plurk that I would not go and buy any more anything, yarn or anything like that. On Etsy, I'm not looking at any shop updates, or anything like that. It's killing me. Sock Lenny is killing me because she's got all these wonderful updates coming up. But I have not gone back to Etsy for a couple days.
Do you need your 2-day button? Your little 2-day coin.
2-day coin?
Well, in like Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, when you reach certain milestones, they give you like a little coin or token that says how long you've gone without taking a drink, having drugs, whatever.
Well, I don't think I can actually have one because I thought that when Sock Bunny put hers up, I thought it was going to be like when Amanda does and she shows a flash on there, but it took me to Etsy. I got out. I didn't even look. I got out.
Well, the thing is not going to Etsy, it's getting more yarn, buying more yarn.
Well, I said I wasn't going to go to Etsy because I know I can't trust myself.
Yeah, but I mean, that'd be like an alcoholic saying, I'm not going to go to the bar. He doesn't get the token for not going to the bar. He gets a token for not taking a drink. So your token would be for not buying the yarn.
Well, regardless, I am doing that. The only thing that I will relax it on is if I have to pick up toy yarn, because toy yarn is not too expensive. I won't have to go to Etsy to do it.
Yeah, you don't get your token.
I don't care. I mean, I haven't bought any yet, and I probably won't until after Christmas.
No token for you.
I get a token for good behavior. But anyway, so I haven't been to Etsy. I haven't been to any of those places. I am looking forward to seeing what you have on there soon. I do have to write a note to somebody who wrote me a note from Etsy. I can't leave her hanging until Christmas. That would be rude. So I will do that and not go anywhere else, and that does not affect my token.
But you don't get a token anyway. You intend to buy toy.
Intention is not doing.
Well, let's see.
I'm not finished. Okay, I've gotten back into my writing. I've just about finished my Christmas shopping. And podcasts, I'm catching up with a lot of them. And I am enjoying Advent. My husband can find out where we hit our Advent wreath. That'll be nice. Which leads to
FOs. Okay. So,
did you do any writing? I didn't say my writing.
I said I didn't do writing or drawing.
Okay, I didn't do a whole lot at the beginning of the week. I got a fair amount toward the end, and I did like a marathon, mostly handwriting today. I haven't added in yet, but I got a lot done writing. No synopsis, but writing, so that's good.
Which leads on to FOs, and I actually have 3. Tell him.
3.5 years old.
I finished the Simple Spidey socks. I wore them. Let's see. I bound off and woven all the ends early in the morning on Wednesday morning, and I wore them to work. Didn't wash, block them, anything. I just slung them on and took them to work with me. And when I came home, well, I knew that I probably should have washed it after showing my socks to coworkers who've been seeing me knit them for like the past forever. I noticed that there was red inside my shoe. I'm like, oh, I probably should have, washed them so some of the excess color could drain off. Took the socks off at the end of my, 12 hours on my feet for my night shift, and I found that I had red striping on my feet.
Not blue, just red.
Just red. So these have been since washed, which you will all be grateful since I wore them for 12 hours. I'm sure
because you can smell them through the video.
You could smell them.
I might have problems with it.
I'm sure you could smell the stink through the video. So
might not be the same.
They have been washed and allowed to dry since then, and they are ready to be worn at work on Monday. They are the perfect length for when I sit down, and when the scrub pants right up just a little bit when you sit. Now I just see a nice pretty sock. You don't get to see them really when I'm walking, just when I sit. But they're comfortable, they're warm. I can see how people can be addicted to wearing knitted socks since they're so comfy. So, FO. Very happy. And this is Simple Skip sock pattern. So, Simple Spidey socks, totally done. Then, ow!
I'm going to take off this Christmas sweater, I'm hot.
Then this project I finished. Actually, I can't show this until the
very end.
Very end.
She apologizes.
Could you reach over and grab that one?
No, it's mine. Mine.
I finished this project in 2 days.
Mine.
I finished him last night.
His name is Cinnamon.
And this is a cocktail I made him for Mom.
My first cockatiel was named Cinnamon. My husband got him for me when I miscarried our first baby. And he had his wings clipped, as they do when he was hand trained. And one day my husband came home and I put him in the back bedroom. I didn't have time to, my bird, not my husband. I put the bird in the back room, didn't have a chance to put him in the cage because my husband was carrying a lot of heavy stuff and I had to get the door open for him. Not realizing that his wings had grown back and he flew away. I like to think because he was in Texas that he landed on somebody's shoulder and they took him home. But I loved Cinnamon, and this reminds me of Cinnamon.
Complete with the stupid head tilt.
Yeah, Cinnamon used to run into the wall and land in the garbage.
Multiple times a day, right, Mom?
Yeah, I would be cooking supper. At least he stayed away from the stove, but he would go flying full speed, bam, into the wall, into the garbage can. Like this,
So, I probably could have finished him in a day.
Oh.
Instead, it took about 2 because I started him. I'm talking. I started him. You see, with the hand blocking here, Cinnamon's stupid enough to believe you're not actually there.
Cinnamon's not stupid.
Brain damage, remember, Mom? You hit the wall, then the trash. But this is a Chew a Love pattern. This is her cockatiel. She suggested using an E-hook. There was no way I was going to use an E-hook. It would have been too painfully small with the yarn. So I used an H-hook. The pattern calls for you to work normal crochet. I've been working so many Stacy Trocks, as you can see. I did in back loops only. I chose to crochet the cheeks, which she does tell you how to do, instead of using the felt.
Which is good.
Let's see what else is different.
I have this thing against felt, so I like that.
Oh, yarn. The yellow all this is stashed. I didn't have to buy any new yarn for this project. The orange, yellow, and gray are all, I love this yarn. And the white and the wings and the pink of the beak, that is Corone. So various different little stash things. Mm-hmm. He stands with help of his one wing and his tail. And he's going to his rightful owner now. So cute. I love him. So my dad thought I should give him as a birthday present to my mom, but I didn't have the patience for that, and also she had that same pattern in her queue, and I wasn't sure she'd prefer to make the pattern herself or if she wanted to finish the product.
Which I will do. I have a writer friend whose name is Birdie, and she raises cockatiels. So I'm glad she made this one for me, because I probably won't get the chance to make it.
But
you have to wait for the last one.
Oh, okay, so go ahead.
Okay, I have a couple of FOs.
I have one more FO to show.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
No,
okay.
They're the one I can't show yet.
Okay, well, let me stop here. Let me. I have one of my FOs is carried over from last week, but I'll show you that one second. Let me show you the other first. I've been working on the dishcloths that I mentioned earlier, and you saw this one already. Okay, that's the first one, the first pattern. It's got a nice tight stitch to it. And I still have to weave in the ends, I just haven't got around to it. This is the second one. I don't know what happened to this one. It's just really wonky. I may, if I don't pull it out, I may just do it over again and keep this for something else. And this really still has the ends in it. This is a different pattern. This is this is half double crocheted in the back loops only, which gives it the ridging. But I think it also makes it a little more stretchy. I'm not sure if I like this one. But it'll work.
You just make that particular
I just probably won't make this one again out of the 4. This is the third one, and I showed you the yellow one that I was working on. I like this pattern a lot. It's not really a popcorn stitch. Can you see the stitch? I don't know. Yeah, I can see the stitch. Kind of like a popcorn stitch. And it's really dense. It's really heavy. I think it'll make a very good washcloth. Or even a towel. I mean, if you wanted to make a towel out of cotton, I'm not sure why you would, but so that's one set of FOs. Let me show you my blocked shawl. What did I do with my...
I didn't say thank yous, did I? Before this last one, we didn't say thank
yeah.
yous.
Where did I have this? In here?
I don't remember.
Oh, I didn't have it in there. I'm a little sad.
Just set it off to the side.
Alright. My shawl, y'all saw it last week. It was a fairly good size. Talia and I blocked it a few days ago. I wore it for the picture yesterday that my husband took. As you can see, it really, I don't know.
I think you kind of see. It's hard to tell because there's not a lot of room. You can cut.
I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, I think you can tell.
You can tell the pattern.
Yeah, they can tell.
Like that.
Yeah.
And it really, I mean, I was amazed at how much it grew just by getting it wet. We didn't block it very hard because we didn't have room on the floor. So this is my Recuerdos de Infancia by Gabrielle Ordonez. She's the one that I want to make the pattern that goes with this. It's a lace weight as opposed to this one being fingering. She writes a really nice pattern, very in-depth and easy to follow, and she gives you charts as well for some of them. So that's that. My other FO is the one that you're waiting on.
I'm going to do first thank yous because I almost forgot that.
Use my crinkly one.
I got a wrap as well. I got the Crosswords at the Coffee Shop by Knit Pearl Girl from Call Shirley Carolyn of the Girlfriends Knitting Podcast. So thank you very much, Carolyn. I I probably won't be starting until I finish my other shawl, though. I have a limit of one shawl at a time. Then I want to welcome our new members, Susan9394, who is Susan, Katie May 1229, who is Katie. This seems to be, come with all your numbers. And then Phoenix Fire, who is Tracy. At least a couple of those have put in toys and toy along.
Okay. Now my thank yous. Let me see here. We're out of sequence. I got wrapped twice this past Tuesday. Jackie Knits gave me the Walnut Grove, and this is by Knit Pro Girl. I think you have a little bit of glare on here, but I think enough of you have seen this on Ravelry already. And this is one of the few that I had, I think actually the only one I didn't have that I wanted of Carrie's pattern, so I really appreciate that and look forward to getting started on whichever one of these is easiest. I also got wrapped by Lemnit Crochet, and this is the most adorable pattern ever. I just love it to pieces. I couldn't wait to get started on it, as I said. That is Mike the Tiger.
And she designed it.
She designed it, and she gave it to me as a wrap in memory of Carrie. I appreciate it. I love it. I've already started, as you've seen. And then I got another pattern from Francis and Gypsy, this person over here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tiny Tots. I love them.
Well, we're thinking of making that for the turtles.
Yes. And let me see, I think that's all my thank yous, and this was a gift for no particular reason. This was not a wrap.
Yeah.
So that's basically my thank yous. I can't remember. If I forgot somebody, I apologize.
And that leads us on to the final part, which we finished the Archer cowl, the crochet along with Fresh Dishes Stacy Chalk. If you are still working on that project, we don't want to spoil it for you. So we're going to say our goodbyes here. And if you want to see the finished toy from the Archer crochet along, stay. If you are still working on it, don't want your surprise ruined, go away.
Then you should leave. So it's up to you. If you want to stay, you can stay. But if you don't want to have the surprise ruined, go ahead and say bye-bye now.
And if you don't want the surprise ruined, don't go to Facebook if you are following her Fresh Stitches group on Facebook, because she shows you the finished product.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
So if you don't want to see that, don't go to Facebook.
To her page on Facebook.
Well, actually, shows up in stalker.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It does. Yeah. So just don't go to Facebook until when's the next Wednesday, Thursday,
or whenever it is that you finish your project.
Right.
That's all that really matters. I mean, whenever they finish your project, if they don't want to get it ruined. Although, by the way, I'm only gonna wait till like Wednesday or Thursday till I put my project up on my project page as the first picture.
Yeah.
Because
do you have it up on the other pictures yet? Do you have the finished project on the other pictures yet?
I have it there. I just have the Archer
so you have it below.
Yeah.
I have to do that still.
So that said, thank you for watching.
Have a wonderful weekend. No, week.
We're going to say second goodbye after we do the Archer. For those who choose to stay. But if you don't choose to stay, thank you very much. And happy knitting and crocheting. Okay. I think they're gone.
Yeah. Well, yes, they're gone.
Well, they're going to be gone because
we said they're gone.
Yes. Here they are. They are completed. It is a puppy. A very big puppy. Could you guys see it so we can have comparison?
I should have Pippin in because he has the length.
So he is. Let me see. Oh, there's mine.
I mean, if you stand him up like this, you can see how big. I mean, he's taller and he's wider.
Yeah.
Or longer.
He's just about. He is just a little bit shorter, maybe about the same height. About the same height. But then you add. Yeah, so you could sit on his back.
Yeah. And not look out of place.
Yes.
It was a fun pattern. It was difficult to put together, I thought.
Yeah, but right here, the center was very hard.
Because it's done in pieces, and it interesting. I don't want to say any more than that because I don't know if she's going to sell this as a paid-for pattern.
Right.
But
there was supposed to be a tongue here. I chose not to do the tongue, because it looked very dumb when I did it on mine.
Because hers was more variegated, but you can see it on mine.
So I kept the tongue off. I thought it was a lot cuter. I've already had offers from friends on Facebook who want to know if I want to sell toys like this. I'm gonna tell them no because I don't do paid for work.
Consignment. We did one thing on consignment, never again.
I don't think consignment's what you want to say.
Yes.
Consignment means like that's not when you make it particularly for someone.
If they ask you to, it is.
That's not consignment.
Yes, it is.
No, it's really not.
Yes, it really is.
No.
Where's the dictionary?
I don't have one right here.
Ah, very convenient.
Well, fine. I'm gonna look. I will prove to you that you are wrong. What do I get?
What time is it?
5:33. I'll prove to you you're wrong later.
Yeah. How much time have we been doing this?
A little over an hour, so I guess we should get going. Anyway, I'm right.
But that's okay.
It's when you're Michelle says it all the time. She's doing a not consignment. She's doing a can't remember what Michelle says.
Alright, well, it's not important. We gotta get this.
Okay,
finished.
so I don't do projects for paying. I do them for fun.
Exactly.
So I won't be making one of these for my coworker. I don't think she realizes quite how big it is. She wants one for her niece. I'll tell her she can find where she can find the pattern. Actually, although the pattern's not available yet.
Right. But Stacey might make her one.
Yeah. But I don't do it for profit.
It takes the fun out of it.
It does.
And this is Radar because the colorway is called Grape Fizz, and anybody who follows MASH knows that Radar could not drink alcohol, so he always had grape knee highs, and that's what it reminded me of. So his name is Radar after several renditions.
And
stop that.
This is chili pepper, for obvious reasons. He looks like he's a pepper.
A Dr. Pepper.
So yeah, quite nice and smushy. But that is all. You have seen all the finished objects, including toys. Did you see she just snatched a cockatiel?
Yes, I snatched.
It was snatched.
Ah!
Anyway, see, he's right in between. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you have a great week of knitting and crocheting.
Happy
Happy Advent.
Advent.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.